Welcome to another week of Family Life with Mama Rita. Hey, Family Life, I told you, is going international. This week, I am in UK. I actually came for a UK and Europe General Assembly. We had General Assembly yesterday and today. And tomorrow, we are starting Convention of Saints UK with Apostle General. Tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday is going to be heaven on earth. We haven't had convention in UK in the past 3 years because of COVID. See what COVID has done to us. I can't believe the faces I saw. Oh my God. I was so excited to see all those faces. And this evening, guess where I am? This evening, I am in Praise Gate Temple. Praise Gate Temple. Bishop Edu said, thank you so much for giving me your studio to do my recording and be face and be live, on Family Life. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. Thank you for brothers and uncles like you that you can make your studio, available for us. We are so, so grateful. With me today is a face you are seeing for the very first time. The people who are always on our program. He was on Heal Our Land with Pastor Papa some weeks ago, and people loved him. I mean, they loved him. And they keep saying to Pastor Papa, we want this guy to come back. So I decided, if everybody wants this man back, then why not have him and his wife on Family Life? Pleasure is mine to welcome to Family Life for the very first time. Oh my God. My son Papa says I like saying oh my God too much, but I can't help it. I am excited to have Reverend David Alisaki and Pastor Gigoria Saki. Welcome to Family Life.
Thank you, Mommy.
I want you to know that the world is watching you. The whole of UK is watching you. The whole of America is watching you. People are watching you from South Africa, the whole of Ghana, Togo, Nigeria. Oh, everybody is watching you. I am very, very honored to have you on my show for the very first time. Please, if you are not at the airport, we are leaving you. Please get your ticket. I know you already have your visa. We are all flying BA to UK, joining me and joining Reverend Alex and Mama Gigoria to Family Life. Please welcome once more.
Thank you very much, Mommy. Thank you for having us.
Wow. You've become a hit in Ghana. I mean, the way you are popular in Ghana now, Heal Our Land, you were something else. God bless you. Reverend Alex and Mama Gigoria, first Reverend Alex, how did you meet? I remember last year you spoke at Royal Ladies Camp 2021, and the kind of things you shared, I just said to myself, anytime I have the opportunity, I am going to bring you on. How did you meet?
we meet? That's a very interesting question.
Before you come to the answer, I want to give a shout to Dr. Anas of Social Welfare. Last week we enjoyed you. We had such fun with you and Mrs. Akinta. Thank you for being on Family Life last week and answering all our questions on adoption and what have you. We are very, very grateful. My audience really, really enjoyed you. And Dr. Anas, like I told you, you are going to come again. And I'm going to worry you in your office because I have so many people in the queue who actually are ready to adopt babies. Thank you for coming on Family Life. To you, Reverend Alex.
Okay, and so to answer the question, it's a very interesting one. In these modern days, I would say the way we met is like a fairy tale.
Wow.
It's like a fairy tale.
In Ghana, we say Kwekwa Nancy story.
Yes.
Right. In UK, it's fairy tale.
It's fairy tale. So on this fateful day, I was single then. Not, I would say single, but not fully single. You know, there are some side issues, but not tied down. So on this day, I was at home around 7:30, 8 o'clock because I was working early shift the next day.
Reverend Alex, you know what? I didn't introduce you well. Reverend and Mrs. David Alex Saki are the senior pastors of our South London church. Oh my God. Why did I make a mistake? They are our senior pastors of our South London church, the senior pastors. If you want to know where our South London church is, it's in Kingsdale Foundation School in Dulwich. Kingsdale Foundation School in Dulwich. And that is where our convention is taking place from tomorrow through Sunday. So if you are in UK, make your way to Kingsdale Foundation School in Dulwich, where Pastor David Alessaki and Mama Greg pastor. Sorry to cut you in.
No, that's okay.
I didn't have to confuse God. I needed to introduce you well.
And also to add to what Mommy said, the postcode is SC218SB.
Good.
So in case you are coming to the program, it's Sierra Echo 21 and then 8 Sierra Bravo.
Please, Pastor Chief Ape, you are being invited. Please get the address. I'll be waiting for you tomorrow from Ghana, my co-hosts.
Yeah, so Mommy, on this day I was at home in the evening, getting ready to go to bed because I was doing an early shift the next day. Okay. And I think my shift was about 4:30 in the morning. So I had to go to work in the morning. So I decided to go to bed because my job is safety critical.
Okay.
So just as I relaxed into bed, my phone rang. And then one of my friends called me, said, Lexis. Then I wasn't Reverend Minister.
So
he said,
Lexis.
If you meet her, you will marry her.
Wow.
I said, oh, what kind of life is this?
Just called you.
He just called out of the blue. Out of the blue. I've seen someone come. And I said, I can't come. I'm working in the morning. He said, come. He put pressure on me, so I tried. Out of reluctance, I decided to go and see this woman. So I met him, and then he took me to the house.
That night?
That same night I went. So I asked her.
Were you that desperate?
I wasn't desperate, but the way he was putting pressure on me,
wow.
I just wanted to satisfy my curiosity. So I went, and so I asked him, do you know this woman? He said, oh no, I'm meeting her for the first time.
Can you imagine? He was also meeting her for the first time.
For the first time.
So who told him about her?
Okay, so this is what happened, I'm sure.
So this is where I went to a program, a ceremony with my auntie and my uncle. So when I got there, I knew I packed everything in my bag. Before I leave anywhere, I just check where's my phone, where's my keys, everything in my bag. So when we're leaving the program, I checked everything. Where's my phone? Where's my... But the time we got home, I couldn't find my phone. So I said, no, I saw my phone in the bag before I left. So I couldn't understand where my phone has gone. So my auntie said, you know what, okay, I'm going back to the program and I'm going to pick the phone for you. I said, no, I'll go with you.
Okay.
So here we went, and then she left me in the car, went to the program, found my phone there. So when I was coming back, I saw this gentleman talking to my auntie. Apparently they knew each other before, but we didn't exchange any words. I just said hello, and that was it. We drove home. So this is where now the following day, I was at home when the door knocked. So I was the first person to also go and open the door. So when I opened the door, that was him.
I can't believe this.
And the
So
friend,
this guy sees you in a flash.
that's it.
You didn't even talk.
No,
Nothing.
no.
And then he calls you
Yeah.
and says, I've met a lady.
Yeah.
Come and meet that lady.
And you marry her. I mean, that's how he put it. So out of curiosity, when
My mouth is open. This must be an angel.
that's why I say it's a fairy tale. That's why I said. And apparently, the auntie worked with my friend 15 years ago, and they haven't met.
Wow.
So we met, and then we went in. And
So he
then-
said, when he came in, when I opened the door, I said, excuse me, who are you looking for? He said, oh, I'm looking for you. I said, but I don't know you, so who are you?
So you went there with your friends,
Yeah.
That's right.
but your friend didn't go in.
They
we
were at
were
the
standing
door.
at the door.
They were at the door together.
So you asked them,
So
who
I
are
said,
you
well,
looking
who are you looking for? He said, they are looking for me. And I said, but I don't know you. At that time, I had just relocated. So I was just passing through to the U.S.
Okay.
So I just left Ghana, going through to the U.S. So I said, let me just come and visit my family here. I haven't seen them for a couple of years. So let me just pass through and come and visit them. And then after that, I'll go en route to the U.S. So when he said he was looking for me, I was kind of shocked because I didn't know anybody around it at that time. So how are you looking for me? Do you know me? No. And then I saw the gentleman. I
Okay.
said, oh, I saw you yesterday. He said, oh yeah, that's why I brought my friend. And I said, for what? So he said, oh, we have come to see you. So they said, oh, can we go out? I said, no, I don't go out with strangers. So what do you want from me? Said, oh, we just want to have a word with you. So, I didn't really want to go. So
That's right.
they persisted and persisted, oh, we should just go and sit somewhere and then have something to drink. I said, I don't drink. So I just didn't really want to, because at that time I was going through my own crisis.
That's right.
So I just went through a divorce. So how do you just move from a divorcee to now entering into a relationship? I mean, that's just after a month.
Just after a month?
After a month. It doesn't make sense. So I was not interested in anything that they were trying to do or say. So I just said, because he kept persisting and persisting, I said, okay, you let's go. I want to hear whatever you want to say. So I just didn't want to put on anything. So whatever I was wearing, I didn't change. I was wearing chalawati.
Flip-flops.
That's
Flip-flop.
right. So I just wanted to put him off. I wouldn't change anything what I was wearing. Just from the kitchen, I'm just wearing my flip-flops. Okay, you let's stand wherever and then say whatever. So that is how we met.
So please continue.
So from
Wow,
there,
this sounds
it's a fairy tale. It's a
fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale.
So the kind of things we read about books, it's not just in books,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it's actually happening. My darling, yours is coming. Oh, it sounds like something we will read in a storybook or is a film we are watching. But I'm telling you, it's actually real. And if you are looking for a husband, you are looking for a wife, please get ready. It is coming. So when you got there,
So we spoke, and I said, let's go and sit somewhere.
that's right.
So reluctantly we went, and then we sat down, we bought some drinks and everything. And then when we finished and we were leaving, the bar attendant brought the bill. She said, no, pay for yours, I'll pay for my stuff.
Wow.
I said, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
He
I
said, no,
invited you out.
Just pay your stuff and I'll pay for my stuff. So we pushed. She won't allow. So I said, okay, I don't want to mess up the night. So she paid for her staff. We also paid, and then we left. The next day, I came back. Now it's myself.
Alone.
Alone. I've collected a number, and then I started, doing my own gymnastics behind the scenes. And then I went to see her the next day. She said, oh no, don't try to talk me into something. It won't work because I'm not here. I'm on my road, on my way to America.
The US.
I said, never mind, let me get to know you. You never know. He said, you never know what? I said, I mean, if you ask me what I don't know, I said, you never know. So I can't tell you anything. So we started talking and then talking, and I invited her out again. On the second time, we went to the same place.
Okay.
And then we spoke. I wanted to know her a bit more. I asked her to ask me questions. She doesn't want to ask me questions because she was not interested.
That's it.
She was not interested. We finished. And then the barman brought the bill, said the same.
Pay for yours, I'll pay
for mine. Then I realized I didn't have any Holy Ghost, nothing. I realized if I pursue this one, she can save me money. Because she pays her bills, I pay my bills.
She will save you money.
She will save me
I
money.
like that.
You
She's
know,
not a cheap girl.
No, she's not. She will do her stuff. She will manage, and so we continue on talking, and I told her, you know what, I like you, but I noticed that she loves stories.
Okay.
So I started creating my own stories. They were not true, but it works, I'll tell her stories, and then she'll ask me, the story we were saying yesterday, can we continue? So I have to invent and be creative. And so that's how come I was able to engage to talk and to talk and to talk. And
so at what point did you think that, was it the same night that you felt it's possible she could be my wife? Or it's something that you were trying your luck? I mean, you were playing around a bit. At what point?
No, Mommy, honestly, when I saw her, I thought this is one of the usual.
Okay.
I'm just going to have fun.
Fun. A
just
girlfriend,
increase my
have
statistics.
Fun. Okay.
But I realized that she was not having it. She wasn't having it, and I've not experienced that resistance.
Okay.
So it intrigued me. I want to know more. I want to get closer.
That's right.
So I think it was about 3 weeks, and I said, you know what? I think I want to pursue this thing a bit further.
Wow.
I want to pursue, because by that time she's on her way to America. She wasn't here, and she said to me, you know what? If I will give you a listening ear, you have to come to church. I said, no, I don't do church business.
You don't do church business?
No, I don't do church. I don't do church. My Sundays are busy with tomato, zafi, beer, Guinness, and those things. And my mates are all around. I mean, we don't do church.
Wow.
Said, if you want me to listen to you, you have to come to church. Somebody, I don't know, maybe you are also in the same vein, and the person that you are meeting, you want the person to come to church. Don't lose hope. It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
So what happened? You said?
Yeah, so I was just here for a month.
Okay.
I just wanted to pass through for a month, and after that,
For a month?
For a month, and then after that, I'll be on my way to the US. So when he was just pursuing, I knew it wasn't going anywhere because I just didn't want to give him any listening.
That's right.
But after divorce, 1 month after divorce, I mean, who in their normal frame of mind will enter into a relationship again? So I had my own fair of sorrow. I had my own fair of everything. I just didn't want to enter any relationship. So when he was pursuing, I knew what he wanted. I knew where he was going with it, and I said, with me, you can't have nothing.
You can't have nothing.
You can't have me. If that's what you came for, you can't have me. So just forget about it and then go. So I'll be on my way. But he was still persistent. I mean, the persistency. He will come to my house. He will be in the car till 1 a.m. and I will not go out.
Wow.
I will only open the curtain and I will still see his car. He's sitting in the car.
And he sees you.
He sees me. He's dozed off sometimes, and then I will just go and knock on the window of the car and I said, go home, please.
Wow.
So he kept coming every night. He would be there every night, and I told him, "Stop coming, please stop coming. You are just wasting your time. It's not going to go
You also
anywhere."
said, you are not my kind of man.
That's right. I said, "You are not the type.
You are not my type.
Yeah, you are not my type. So don't even bother yourself coming, because it's not going to go anywhere."
So at this point, you decided to go to church.
Yeah, I decided.
So at this point, how many weeks was it here in the UK?
It was 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Well,
Okay,
3
so
weeks.
you were left with 1 week.
That's right.
So you were left with 1 week. She was left with 1 week. So within the 1 week, what did you do?
So I told her, you know what?
I'm not the church type.
I don't do church. She said, you have to come. So I decided, okay, I'll come to church.
Okay, just to please her.
Just to please her. And then number 2, she said, you are not just coming to church, but I want to see you involved in the church.
Wow.
I said, oh my goodness.
I'm in for trouble.
I said, oh my goodness. And then he said, finally, I won't say yes to you until my papa say yes.
Okay.
So I said, who is your papa? He said, my spiritual father, the Apostle General. I've not heard his name before. I have not heard his
But
name
that's
before.
why you were sitting beside Bia Nomutu. How can you hear his name?
I've never heard his name, never seen it. The thing is, I don't do church, so
Okay.
it's a closed area. It's a closed area. And he said, he's in town. So I've got 1 week. We have to go and see him. If he says yes, then you have a chance. If he says no, then that's it. And it was around convention
Convention, that's right.
time.
Wow, my darling, there are miracles centered around convention. This was around convention. This is over 15 years ago.
Yeah, 15 years, yeah.
Another convention of saints is coming, starting tomorrow evening at Dulwich Kinsale Foundation School. He will give you the address again. If I were you, I will write it down. I don't know the kind of miracle you are looking for. Yours might not be married. Yours might not be looking for a woman. Yours could be healing. Yours could be a job. Yours could be breakthrough through your career and through school. Please make a date. Apostle General is in town. Your miracle might be coming. So tell us, Reverend Alex. So this was around convention. So you went to church.
So I went to church. And I sat.
Mommy, this was the third time I've asked him if he's really serious, then he has to come to church. So the first one I invited
He
him to
didn't
church.
come.
He didn't. He was partying somewhere. The second time I asked him, so I have already written him off.
Okay.
That he's not a church person. He's not coming to serve the God I've come to find. So if not, then that's it. So that was his last chance.
Wow.
I was going to give him. If he doesn't accept and come, then that was it. I was just off going. So that was when he surprised me that day, that Sunday, and I was just at home. I was not even ready, and then I heard a knock. I just opened the door, and here he was, dressed. Ready for church. So I was shocked, and I said a prayer, and I said, Father, if he is the one that you have brought me, when he gets to church, let him love the church and let him stay. That was my prayer. Because my whole encounter started from Royal Ladies,
Okay.
2006. So that was my first time of ever going to any Royal Ladies camp. My mother invited me, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to attend. So they didn't find a room for me. So I said, oh, but this is even an indication that God doesn't even want me there. But then eventually they found me a room. So when I went to camp, the lady leading worship said, everybody
Is it a camp in UK
no,
or in Ghana?
in Ghana,
Wow,
2006.
206.
That's right. So she said, everybody here, if you have a prayer request, just write it down. So I took the Royal Ladies book, and then I thought they were going to collect the prayer request. So I just wrote it down. The Father, I'm just confused where I am at now. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. But wherever you want me to go, just lead me. And when you take me to that place, give me the man of my heart.
Wow.
That was my prayer request I wrote down. So this is 2006 camp meeting in Ghana. So after the camp, the Sunday, normally we go back to Ahifie for
That's
Sunday
right.
service. So when we went back to service, that was my last Sunday in Ghana. So Apostle General, out of the crowd, called me and he prophesied and he said,
Wow.
you have laid a request before God. Within 3 months,
Oh my God.
you will get the answer. I didn't know anything about prophecy at that time because I've been in a Baptist church and I married into an Anglican church and went into a Methodist church when I moved outside Ghana. So I've never encountered anything charismatic. So I didn't understand what up, but I kept it.
Wow.
That if this is truly a man of God, I knew that if he has said it, then God has heard it and God will honor it.
Wow.
So I kept that
My
prophecy.
darling, the prophecy that has gone ahead of you. Number one, keep it in your heart. Number two, wage a good warfare. Sometimes we think that prophecies have been given and it will never come to pass, my darling. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I see that prophecy coming to pass. I see that miracle coming to you. Hold on to everything that you have received. And trust me, you'll be sitting here at Power Line, also sharing your story and sharing your testimony. I'm so interested in this.
Yeah, so Apostle General just said that. I said within 3 months, I said you have placed a request before God, and within 3 months you will get the answer. So this is within the 3 months. So the camp meeting was June. Now I came to the UK at the end of June, and now in July. So that was towards the end, and then now
Wow.
after convention, that was I'm off on my way to the US. So it was a timely within the 3 months. So now here comes a gentleman that doesn't go to church, that doesn't do God.
Wow.
So, and I said, no, but God will not give me something like that. What has darkness got to do with light?
Light.
Oh my goodness.
So it's not something that it's meant to be. God will not give me anybody who is not a church person.
Wow.
So all I wanted him to just come to church, accept God, and then just, if you want me,
That's right.
accept my God. So that's how the challenge I gave him. If you want me, then come to church, accept my God, and fellowship with me.
Wow. So, Reverend Alex, you knocked on her door and you said you were ready to go to church.
Yeah, I said I was ready. I said, are you ready? Let's go. He said, she looked at me, didn't say it. She was shocked because she wasn't expecting me, you know. And I didn't know by that time I was actually breaking a final code. She has told God, this is my last. And so my coming there has confused her, you know. So we got to church. I didn't know she placed a request before God. I should love the church. But we got in and I mean, the place was vibrant. They were dancing, they were jumping. I said, no, I think I like this place. I think I like this place. You know, it's similar to the nightclub. I mean, the noise is there.
The noise is
the
there.
drumming is there. The jumping is there.
The
singing is there. I said, I think so she was also disappointed in that because she wasn't expecting me to make up my mind.
Wow.
And that also drew another. And even on that day, I gave her a prophecy.
That's right. He said, he said, I've seen a vision. I said, oh, look at you. Somebody who doesn't go to church, you don't even know God, and you are telling me. He said, oh, I've seen that this place has been covered with red carpet. The whole area, the front of the altar, has been covered with red carpet, and he wants to buy the red carpet for the church. So I said, oh, no.
How did you see it?
It's just an image that I didn't know those things, but it was an image that was painted in my mind, you know, and it was a contrast to what I was seeing. I was seeing the place, the altar is there, the place is not carpeted,
There.
but I could see carpet there. So when we finished, I spoke to her and I said,
Is it Dulwich?
"Is that the same
Dulwich,
place?"
yeah.
Oh my God.
The same
The
place.
same place.
So he said, oh, I want to go and buy the carpet for the church. And I said, no, it's not something that we can use a carpet all over, and that's why it's not been done. So just leave it. And within,
Oh my God. My darling, your miracle is coming. Oh, I'm not joking. God is about to surprise you. You see, he walks into a church. He sees the church, sees the dancing, the noise, and he says, this noise is like the club. It's like the place I've been going. The jumping, the singing, the dancing is like my place, looks like that at the place and says, oh, the place is not carpeted, tells the lady, I see the place being carpeted, the whole place being carpeted.
Red.
And I want to bread, and I want to buy the carpet. Did you buy the carpet?
I think it was a month after the whole place was carpeted red. So he said, oh, look at the vision I saw. And I said, oh, yeah. So it's something like it connected to everything.
You see why I'm surprised and why I have goosebumps all over me. It's the same church that he's pastoring today.
That's right.
The way God works.
It's a fairy tale. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. So
We are supposed to go on break, but please, I'm enjoying. We'll go on break later. I'm enjoying the story.
So, mommy, but let me move forward a little because time is also going. So, after church, now she said, you have to listen to the messages because I don't want you to be after. You look too smart. You can be here and your mind is not here. So, after service, I want us to discuss the message.
Wow.
Yeah, so we did a Bible study. So that was, I wanted to know what exactly that he took home.
Okay.
Did he hear? So I said, what was the scripture? What did the pastor preach about? And he was able to tell me. So that was when I realized that, okay, this man is now, he's beginning to maybe love the God that I have come to find. And if he's able to retain all this in his memory, then which means he will be good for you. So let's see how far he will go. So if he's able to cross this path, then he will be fit for marriage. So I said to him, I want you to, that was Apostle General is in town. So I said, I want you to meet my father, the Apostle General. If he tells me that I should go ahead, I will. But if Apostle General tells me no, then that is it, no. So I'm just giving you heads up before we go. So I called you, mommy, and then I booked an appointment with you to come and see daddy. But I didn't tell you what it was about. So I just didn't want any preconception, anything that you will have just to formulate something, or just Apostle General will tell me anything. I just wanted it to come direct. If he gave me the prophecy and God said this, then which means God will also answer and God will also give me. So it was left with that week. I only had that week. So it was becoming cold.
Okay.
So I said to myself, I need to get a jacket. So I was going to Croydon, and I've been here for quite some. So I've been on holidays a few times, so I know UK.
Okay.
So I was going to Croydon. All of a sudden, I found myself on Streatham High Road, and I said to the bus driver, "Oh, I'm going to Croydon," and he said, "Oh, Croydon is the other way." And I said, "But how did I get to Streatham?" And he said, "Get down, take the buses back this way, and you go back to Croydon." I got down. I said, "Okay, there are shops here. Let me find a jacket." I entered the shop, and then there were so many jackets there, but there was one jacket that caught my attention. So I went in there, picked the jacket, paid for it, and brought it home. So when I came home, I saw there's a label dangling in the jacket, and then I read it, and it said, "All good things come to those who wait."
Wow.
And I said, what is this?
We still have
I still have that jacket. I said, all good things. So I looked at it. I said, no, this thing can be just. So I looked at the jacket at the back, and it still said, all good things come to those who wait. So because I had a 1 week, and I wanted to go, so when I got that message from the jacket, and I knew God was telling me something, that I should wait. All good things come to those who wait.
You should wait in UK.
That's right.
You shouldn't move to America.
That's right.
That was the label.
That was the label in the jacket.
All
good things come to those who wait.
My darling, all good things come to those who wait. We'll be going on a break shortly, but please hold on. I'm enjoying the thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
give me another 5 minutes, please.
So I said, okay, if God will speak through a jacket, then I want God to speak through the man of God. If Apostle General tells me this is it, then I will not listen to any other person. This is it. Because my family were also concerned that I just went through a divorce, and it was a very bitter one. So they didn't want me to go through anything of that sort again. So I was just going to the US to just go and start life all afresh again, and then just forget about my misery and all that. So it wasn't something that I was expecting. So I said, okay, I will see what God will do. And then we booked an appointment. We came to see Daddy. Here I went with him. I said, if my father says it,
then I will accept it. If not, then it's bye-bye to you. So we came to Daddy, and then as we sat down, and then I remember he said, oh, but you didn't tell me that, you were bringing a gentleman. I said, this is the reason why I want to come and see Daddy. If Daddy tells me whatever, I will do it. So we sat before Apostle General. This is after after convention. I think the Saturday.
You had a few more days to.
A few more days. And then Apostle General sat down. He asked us certain questions. And he said to me, said to both of us, do you know this man is a man of God? He's going to be a pastor.
My God.
Oh, yeah. And then we looked at each other. And
somebody who is still clapping.
That's it. He said,
he was in church for the first time.
Yeah.
And met Apostle General.
Yeah. And he said, do you know this is a man, he's a man of God. He's going to be a pastor. So it was like a shock. What a shock. What are you saying? So he said, this marriage is from God. That's what he said. This marriage is from God. And he gave us 7 things that will happen.
Wow.
7 things. And all have come to pass.
Yeah.
My darling, your heart is so broken. You feel like giving up. You think God has disappointed.
It's here again. Royal House Chapel, United Kingdom, and you.
And you think that your world is crashing and crumbling down. My darling, at the end of the tunnel, there's always light. Hold on. Your miracle is coming. Here was somebody who was broken, was just out of divorce, was trying to run away from everything and everybody. On her way to America, just passing through UK. And God, this is her. Reverend Alex, I know you want to talk.
It's break time.
I wanted to tell you, hold on. We will go on a short commercial break and we'll be back. Your story is actually a fairy tale. Oh my God. It's like I'm watching a Nigerian film.
Real.
Yeah.
It's real.
You go to the man of God. The man of God says, this is going to, before we go for the break, when you heard this from the man of God, what did you think? That this is a false prophet?
Yes.
Here are those men of God who
Yes,
take.
yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, I said that, and when we went out, I lied. I said, today I've seen another one.
He said, no, this man is a false prophet. How can he say that? I don't even go to church. So I was taken aback a bit, but I knew that if he has said it, then God has said it. Because he's the one who gave me the prophecy. And this is within the 3 months.
Wow.
Exactly within the 3 months.
We will go on a short commercial break. Please, if you feel like wee-wee, get up quickly. Go and wee-wee. We'll be back.
It's here again. Royal House Chapel, United Kingdom, and Europe Missions present Europe Convention of Saints 2022. Theme: Still Pressing God. Philippians 3:14, featuring Apostle General Sam Karanchi Ankara, the father and founder of Royal House Chapel worldwide.
From today, I give you a redefinition of purpose. You will not be struggling for blessing anymore. Blessings will come to you because you are already blessed. That's who you are.
The Premier Lady, Reverend Rita Karanchi Ankara, President General of Royal Ladies International.
My darling, our God is real. Our God speaks. You are talking too much. So when God speaks, you don't even hear.
Apostle Emmanuel Agomida, Senior Pastor of Royal House Maryland and Apostle of Royal House Chapel North American Missions.
Every star is a warrior. No wonder stars are weapons of war that God uses to fight his battle. So I prophesy into your life that may you win every single battle you fight.
And others. Dates: Thursday 25th, Friday 26th of August, Nights of Power, and on Sunday 28th, Grand Finale, featuring a special induction ceremony, communion, anointing and impartation service. Time: 6 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. Venue: Royal House, South London, Kingsdale, 23 Allian Park, Dulwich, London, SE21 8AU, London, UK, Europe. Something is about to happen. Get ready for prayer, praise, presence, power, and the prophetic. It's Europe Convention of Saints 2022. Don't miss this.
It is time again where all the gallant men will gather at the feet of Jesus the Christ. Men Makers Conference 2022. It is fine to break our fallow grounds and launch into the deep. Join all the men in the special one-day conference with the Apostle General for retooling and importation. The conference, which will be led by the Apostle General Sam Crunchy Ankra, Mama Rita, and all the seasoned fathers of the faith, is themed Men on Mission. The venue is the Oyudo Men Makers Conference 2022 at 9 a.m. sharp. Are you ready? Tell a friend to tell a friend. Registration is ongoing across all assemblies. For further inquiries, call 024-5181-435 or email us at info@royalhousechapel.org. Men born to succeed. A man powo, po, 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 po.
Welcome back to Family Life with Mama Rita. If you are just joining us, we are in the studio of Praise Gate Chapel, founded and senior pastor Bishop Eduse. Bishop Eduse, thank you so much on behalf of the Apostle General and myself and my team from Family Life. We want to say a very big thank you for opening your doors to us. I'm so grateful. With me tonight, I am hearing some stories. With me tonight is Reverend David Alesaki and his wife, Pastor Gigoria Saki. Oh my God. So after the prophecy, please, we will go to question time. We will go to ask Mama Rita. Let your questions flow. Let your questions flow. But before then, let me go back to them. Let me find a few things and then we will go to ask Mama Rita. So after you heard the prophecy, you said to yourself, this should be one of the false prophets.
Yes, Mommy, I did. So I discarded that very quickly. I didn't pay attention to the prophecy that much, So I was pursuing what I was pursuing. And then she threw another obstacle. She said, you have to meet my auntie. I said, you said your spiritual father.
You said your spiritual father. I've met your spiritual father.
First
but
you said
why
church.
Wouldn't she say auntie? You didn't believe the prophecy you were given.
I didn't believe the prophecy. I just put it on the side. I said, now I've gone to church. You said your spiritual father, I've done that. Now you are bringing your auntie. Your auntie, when you talk to her, what does she say? Does she like me or not? He said, actually, I don't know, but she wants to check your height.
Check your height?
I said, check my height for what? What has height got to do with this? So I thought she was joking. So I went to the house. I met the auntie. Mommy, you won't believe it. The woman literally asked me to stand.
For her? So she wasn't joking?
She wasn't joking after all. She asked me to stand. So I stood and she checked me. You know when somebody is looking up and then he said 10. I said, So I turned. And then she said, it's not bad. He said it's not bad. So I sat down and then now we are a bit closer. we talk more. But I also thought that even though I've passed all those tests, she was not comfortable. She said, "You look too smart for me." She said, "You look." I said, "Do you want to marry somebody who is not smart?" He said, "No, you are too. There's something that is not right with you, you know." So let me.
Yeah, because it was like
You had changed your mind about going to America.
I was still not too sure, even though all these steps have been, all
Okay.
the boxes, I was still not too sure because it was a big step I'm going to take. So I would just want to make sure that I've ticked all the boxes and to make sure, is that the right thing that I'm doing? Is it God that is really
That's
talking?
right.
Is it, what is it? Is it just my mind? Is it because if I don't go, what am I doing here? If this man ditches me, then what happens? So it was a very big leap that I'm going to take.
So, mommy, you see, I'm not the only one who didn't believe the prophecy. She also didn't believe
She
the prophecy.
also didn't
She
believe
didn't
it.
believe it.
I took it in faith, but
but-
however, I was still pondering over it. So I prayed a lot. Fasting and prayer was the only thing I could do within that 1 week for me to know this is from God. So I said, okay, if you really want this, then let's start praying together. He said, oh, I don't know how to pray. I said, okay, you just, whatever you want to say, let's say it. So there was this.
Pastor Alex, you owe your wife. Wow.
And I wasn't I didn't know how to fast then because I
He
had
said he had
ulcer.
ulcer, so he can't
So
fast.
I didn't. And she
So-
wanted to introduce fasting. I said, "No, I'll try the prayer, but the fasting, put it on the side." You know.
So you started praying together.
We started
Yes, we
praying
started
together.
praying together. So as we started praying together, now this is where he tells me, whilst we were praying, so he was in his house, I was in my house, we were praying on the phone, and then he said to me, I can see you walking on the field, and there's something that is holding your legs. So you have been tied to something. So he said, turn around 7 times.
Can you imagine?
I couldn't believe it. So whilst we were praying, he said, turn around 7 times. So I did it. And then when I did, I fell. Literally, I fell in my house.
God.
So after the prayer, and then I said, then this is it. This man carries something that
Something
God,
he didn't know.
that's right. This man carries something that God is trying to connect us together. So that was when I said, okay, then let me just now relax. Now I would not go. Let me just buy a bit more time and then see. If it progresses, it's fine. If it doesn't progress, I will still pursue going. So that is where now we started talking more. We started because he loved to tell me stories, and I was really intrigued with the story. So it was like he was ticking all the boxes for me. Everything that I needed, I found in him. But it was too dodgy for me because so this is where he has not left all the other girls, you know. So I didn't want to be a statistic. I
That's
just don't
right.
want to be.
There
no-
were other girls in his,
other girls in his life.
but how
So-
did you know?
because one of the days I was sitting in the car with him, and then there was a lady standing there waiting on him to talk to him. So I allowed him to go. He spoke to the lady. I was sitting in the car, and the lady was crying and crying. So she had a card, and then she gave to him. So when he came back to sit in the car, and I said, who is she? Why was she crying? He said, that was my last girlfriend. I was trying to break off the relationship so that I can be with you. And that was, oh yeah. Yeah, right from day one. I mean, I knew. That's right, every Sunday. So he will pick me up, we'll come to church. And then I was in foundation school at that time. So he said, oh, what is foundation school? I said, oh, this is when you want to become a member of the church and you have to go through. He said, oh, then I want to join the class. So he joined the foundation school class. Even though we had progressed, he still said, I want to join. Then he said, oh, okay. We started going to prayer meetings. So I remember Reverend Parks was the one day. He went to Reverend Parks one day. He said, pray for me so that I would teach me how to pray. And this was what he said to Reverend Parks, and I will never forget. He said, I want to learn how to pray like a supersonic engine. That's right.
I love prayer. Less than 1 year.
Yeah, less than 1 year we got married. When he now gave his life to God, he came to church. Now he's surrounded. He was coming to prayer meeting. He would learn how to pray. Now he didn't know any of the songs because all that he used to sing was profane songs. So now, so he learned how to sing the song. So every Sunday, that was the only day we met.
Wow.
Only on Sundays because we'll do Bible study together. So we'll do the Bible study, we'll pray, and that was the only day because I said I didn't want him to be tempted if I go to his house. So it's only Sundays, you come to my house, we do the Bible study together, we do the prayer together. After that, I'll give you food to eat, then you go home and sleep. So that was our routine. So he started coming to church, now got serious with the things of God. Now he started, running around in church. Whatever he will find, he will do. Even if he's not been told to do it, he will just jump in, do it. So that is how now. So I was in protocol department, and he said, "Oh, I want to join the protocol department."
Can you
So we
imagine?
joined. We got in protocol department together. So we're 7 together in the protocol team.
You who brought him to the church.
That's right.
He became a pastor first before you did.
That's right. But I always knew he had something. He had something in him that whatever he said, it came to pass.
Wow.
Even in the midst of his friends, when he was sitting down with them chatting, even when they were drinking, whatever he said came to pass. He will give them a prophecy, but they didn't know that it was a prophecy. So every time he said something, somewhere along the line, that thing manifests.
Today you've been married for how many years?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Reverend Alex, when you look back, do you have regrets?
No.
Didn't you ever think that you were, before, didn't you think that you were jumping yourself into making a mistake?
I knew somewhere along the line when she now said it's okay, we can now go on. I've developed a little bit. So I said to her, let me also go and ask my God.
Okay.
So you have finished praying. Let me also now go start praying so that I'm also convinced. Because when she said you are not my type, my type of girls too wasn't this. She wasn't also my type, because I was just going to have fun, So I said let me also go and pray, and then see how God will answer me. So she said, okay, you do your thing. So I started my own prayer and fasting, and
At this point, you have started fasting.
by this time I have started. By this time I have started fasting, and it was also a big leap for me. I never thought I would ever marry.
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't understand why I should bring a woman home to come and occupy. It was a mindset we had when we were students. If you want pork, you can buy 1 kilo of pork. Go and if you want meat, if you want mutton, whatever you want, just take a little. To take a woman home was too much wahala.
So you told yourself,
No.
you'll be using the women, damn them, and never marry.
Yeah, we didn't see it as we were using. We also thought that they were also using us.
I see.
Because that was the mindset. We all have fun together, and so you go your way, and I also go my way. Plus, in the UK, if you have a relationship with people and you are not, what the stories we hear, a lot of relationships don't last, and if it goes through marriage, and most of the things goes to the women. So I didn't want anybody to come and hijack what I've worked for.
Wow.
And I know by their common law, if you stay with somebody for 2 years, then more or less the law sees you as an item. So up to 18 months to 24 months, you're on your way out, but you may not know. The relationship has to drug.
Wow.
So by this time, now I know a bit. And so I said, let me also pray. But even though I was praying, I didn't want to commit. I wanted something. I think God knows the way I am. So this day in my dream, I saw the Apostle General. We've gone to prayer meeting. And then he said, you, I've told you to marry her. And what are you wasting? And then he started
In a
beating me
dream.
in a dream. He started beating. It wasn't, I mean, it was a proper beating.
Wow.
When I woke up, nobody told me to make up my mind. From that dream, I knew what the answer was. I didn't need interpretation. So I called her and I said, you know what, let's fix our date. It's a fairy tale, but that's what happened. Let's fix our date.
Oh my God, my darling, there's a miracle coming your way. So what has been done to the one who connected you to this lady?
Surprisingly and unfortunately, I think my friend wasn't expecting us to marry, or so our relationship has suffered a little bit.
He was also interested. Even though he had brought the friend, he was also interested.
You know, so I mean, wherever you are, if you come across the video, thank you very much, and get in touch.
Wow. We will go straight to ask Mama Rita, but I can see somebody smiling and laughing after this family life. Why? Because a miracle will come your way. Let your questions keep coming. Hey. Hi, Mama Rita. I'm watching you live from Tamale. My mom is in her mid-50s, but no more interested in sex. Wow. Your mom. My father is troubled about this. What can be done to help my parents and help my father from falling into adultery? Wow, I hope you heard the question.
Yes.
I'm watching you, okay, from Tamale. My mom is in her mid-50s, but no more interested in sex. It means that your parents have really been discussing things with you. What can be done to help my parents and help my father from falling into adultery? Wow.
I think every woman goes through menopause, so she must be in her menopausal state now. So at that stage, some people withdraw, some people also yearn for more. So she must be the type that has withdrawn from sex. But I think the two of them have to sit down and have a dialogue. They need to talk about it, how it's affecting him as the man, and how the woman is also not feeling for it because she doesn't have the desire anymore. But it has to be a mutual consent that we talk about it, we have a solution, and then we move on from there because they are still married. So if they don't talk about it, that's where the man will now take matters in his own hands and then move outside and then do whatever, which is sinful. So they have to talk about it, how he feels, what she's also going through, and then they have to find a balance and they have to meet halfway.
I also, in addition to what Mama Gregor said, I think they can also seek outside help. After they've had their conversation, if they go to church, they can speak to their pastors or seek medical advice. There's a lot of help out there, so they shouldn't feel isolated. They should reach out.
So please reach out. Number one, talk about it. Discuss, communicate between the two of you. Everybody once upon their time goes through it. Every woman goes through it when they are going through their menopausal, stages. So you need to talk to your husband, let him know what you are going through. And then number two, seek help. There is so much help out there. Don't wait till your husband goes for somebody else. I don't know who asked the question, whether it's a him or a her, but your child is getting worried and you need to meet each other halfway. This is Jennifer, is it Cortes? Cortes. She says, good evening from New York, Mama Rita. I love your program and topics. Always on point. God bless you. God bless you, Jennifer. And then the next question says, good evening, Mommy. My husband has 3 children before we married. And I am still waiting on God for my own. So it means that she has 3 stepchildren. I treat these children like my own. The oldest is with us, and the second with their mom. Anytime the one with me goes to visit the mom, he comes back with behaviors. I told my husband to not let him go, but he would not listen. He will not listen with the explanation that he wouldn't want their mom to say he's possessing the children. Mommy, this child in question has a lot of issues. You try correcting him and he will do the worst the next day. Mommy, advise me.
I mean, the children themselves are also going through their own challenge at that time, because here they are separated from both parents, one with the father and then has to go and see the mom. It's a stage that they are all going through, which they are facing difficulties, understanding why it's so. Why can't his own parents be together? So the child needs a lot of love. The child needs a lot of understanding, and you have to communicate with the child. Don't just instruct the child, but just let the child understand what is happening, and assure the child that you are there as also a mother, so that the child's behavior will not change if he goes to his own biological mom. Assure the child, understand the child, and also show more love. That is what the child needs, because he's also confused what is going on.
Yeah. Pastor Alex, would you want to
I
add
think
to it?
today from the General Assembly, I think Daddy gave us a little idea how to handle it. He even says sometimes when these children are behaving this way, it's a sign that something is worrying them. So if you have picked up and you can clearly tell that this child has these attitudinal challenges, it's a sign that the child needs help. So like she said, give the child help. Also have a discussion with your husband, because if you also try to take matters in your hands, you will create another problem.
That's right.
You create another problem. And so go down that way. And then you can also seek help. There is help. Reach out. Yeah.
So, my darling, like Mama Gigoria said, the child is going through his own problems. Sometimes they feel that you've taken the place of their mother. Sometimes they feel that if mom was around, things would have been better. Sometimes they feel that I wish it was mommy in the marriage. So for them, you are occupying the space and the position of their mother. So certainly, initially, they won't be too happy with you. And who knows, like you are saying, anytime he goes to the mom says something different, he comes, maybe his mom might not be feeding him negatively, but anytime he goes to his mom and he comes back, he misses his mom so much, he wishes, I wish mom would. So all you have to do is, number one, exercise patience with him. Number two, continue to show him love. Number three, be the mother. I believe that if you are doing these things, you are showing him love, you are being patient, you are being like the mother to him. And then number four, you are praying about the situation. Trust me, things will change in your favor. And you realize that it's not like he doesn't love you, but he's going through his own challenges. And then also try to understand him. Once a while, call him, let him know that you love him, and you want to be a mother to him. You know, talk. You'll be surprised when he also knows who you are, he will begin to fall in love with you. Pastor Chief, I'm doing your work for you, or you owe me. Mom, please. I met a guy that has proposed to me, and I have accepted it. So I discussed it with my senior brother, and he has informed my mother. But my mother says she doesn't like the tribe. We have handled this case several times here. My mother says she doesn't like the tribe of the man. Please, what do I do about this?
Mike.
I mean, it shouldn't be based on tribe.
Yeah.
The mother might have her own reason why she doesn't want that tribe. She might have gone through a certain experience, or she's heard. Sometimes, most times, is hearsay, but she might have also experienced something, and that's why she doesn't want the man from that tribe. So if it's just tribalism, then relationships or marriage should not be based on tribalism. But she should hear her mother out. Why would the mother say, I don't want you to marry this person from this tribe? Is it just because of the tribe, or is it something that it has been what she's experienced? Or if she's not too sure, or the answer that the mom gives her, she's not really convinced, then she should speak to the pastors or speak to the counselors, and then they would also convince the mother or speak to the mother, see where exactly the situation lies, and then they can give her the correct advice.
Yes, just a little to add. God is not restricted by tribe. You know, God is not restricted. We are told in Galatians that we are all one in Christ. You are all one. God can use somebody from another tribe to be your blessing and your deliverer. So, speak to your mother. Listen to your mother, like she said, and engage her. Engage her. Tell your gentleman also that he will have to prove himself one way or the other, so that he can disabuse the stereotype mentality of the mom. So I think if he does that, he will.
So you've heard it. We've answered this question severally here. Number one, find out why your mother doesn't like the gentleman or doesn't like the other tribe. If it's just for tribe issues, disabuse her mind. Maybe she went through a bitter experience with some gentleman, of that tribe. Let your mother understand that everybody from that tribe is not the same.
That's right.
Number two, if she still doesn't accept it, maybe you can get elders your mother respect, or see your mother's pastor. Talk to your mother's pastor to talk to your mother, to convince your mother. And like we always say, the gentleman would also have to prove himself, so that he never gives your mom the opportunity to say, I told you.
That's right.
Sometimes mothers or parents say no, and we think the guys are good. We only go into it and realize that, maybe I should have listened to my mother. Or your mother might, or your dad might say, I told you so. So, number one, discuss with your mom. If she's still not agreeing, get elderly people your mother respects, or your mother's pastor, or even your pastor, to go and talk to your mom. And then number two, the gentleman must make sure that he never lets you down.
Yeah.
My name is so and so. Today, okay. My name is Benis. Today is my first time watching your program, but I'm really enjoying it. Please, I'm in courtship with a guy, and he sometimes wants me to come to his house to spend some days with him. But I also objected because we are not yet married. And he gets upset all the time about this. Please, what should I do about it?
Well, this one, let me talk to your man because I went through it.
I like that. I like that.
Let me talk to him. She
like that.
laid a card down. She said, no ringy ringy, no dingy dingy. If the ring is not there, you are not performing.
No ringy ringy, no
dingy dingy.
dingy dingy. I like that. So please, no ringy ringy, no dingy dingy.
All right. So, I mean, even though she said that, every now and then I tried. Every now and then I try because, you know, let's move on. Every now and then I try, but she stood her grounds. And now I understand.
You were a typical unbeliever.
No, I mean,
Yes.
all
he
guns
was
blazing.
pushing every button. So that was why I decided I am not visiting him at home.
Yeah.
Sundays, meet me at home. Let's have Bible studies.
Wow.
So I never went to his house because I knew his motive.
Wow.
So
But let me advise this girl. Don't allow him, because after he's had you, he can move on easily and then leave you with the pain.
Yeah.
So don't allow his sentiments and his perseverance and the crying that he will use everything. Don't give in. If he loves you, let him wait for you and honor you on the altar.
So please, no ringy ringy, no diggy diggy. Until the man wears you the ring, please don't accept him. Just let him understand that please it's not time. If you are not ready, then no diggy diggy. If you want me quickly and fast, then please come and wear the ring. And sometimes it might be a person like Pastor Alex. He has a future for you, but currently he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So exercise a bit of patience. Don't go to his house. If for that reason he wants to get angry, let him get angry. If for that reason he wants to walk out of your life, let him do it. Don't allow him. Hold on to what you believe in. If he's ready, he should come and place a ring on your finger, and he can get all the diggy diggy. This is from Ola from Nigeria. She says, Mommy, thank you so much for your program. My soul and marriage is really being healed. Wow. God bless you. God bless you, Ola from Nigeria. Thank you for your message. Hey, the messages are coming. Somebody says, good evening. No wonder they said what God cannot do does not exist. Reverend Saki and his wife has given me another reason to hold on. Oh my God, I love this. God bless them for this education. My question, so Reverend Alex and Mama Gregoria, you have no idea the people you are blessing. The way the questions are coming in, I wonder if we'll be able to finish. And she said, my question, what would you advise if after 7 years of marriage, you keep dreaming that your partner is not the one for you? Hey, this is serious.
This is serious.
But you already have kids with its partner. What would you advise if after 7 years of marriage, you keep dreaming that your partner is not the one for you, but you already have kids with this partner? Hey, this is serious. Reverend Alex and Mama Greg.
Mommy, this is a serious one. Under normal circumstances, I would say this is beyond my pay grade.
This is beyond
my pay grade.
Your pay grade. I like that.
In other words, in our ministry, if a case like this comes up, I would have reached out to you, because they already married. they have kids. I mean, God doesn't make mistakes. And that's the reason why you have to be very, very careful. You know, however, don't just take the dream. Seek help with higher spiritual people, because the devil could be manipulating you with such dreams. And so what I will say to you is, calm down. There is no panic here. You're already in it for 7 years. Now take your time and the right steps to seek proper interpretation of what is happening. That will be my advice.
Amen. Mama Greg, do you have something to add to it?
I think sometimes too, I don't know what goes on in her mind. So maybe it's what is happening in the marriage, what is happening in the home, and that is what she's taking in, and she dreams about it. So she feels, what is happening, which means the man is not the right man for me. So if the circumstance around her is what she's dreaming about, obviously it will be that. But if not, and it's not anything around her in her daily issues with the husband, then she should take steps. That it's not every dream that comes to pass. If the man ticks the boxes, if the man is doing whatever he does as a husband, as a father, as a good husband, then he should just discard the dream. However, if there's anything happening, then he should speak to the counselors, he should speak to the pastor and get more clarification on that.
I mean, quickly before you come in, recently somebody was discussing marital issues with me. And she said something which I think I can import into this. She is married with kids, but she has unfinished business with the ex. So this, I'm not saying you are, but maybe there is unfinished business in your thought process, which you have to also be careful of. That could be feeding into your dream. So I just thought I should.
So, my darling, number one, is everything okay with your marriage? Are you enjoying your marriage? Is there peace in your relationship? Are you quarreling all the time? If these things are there, then it's possible that you are taking it into your dreams. Seek help, seek counseling. If you don't have counselors, get counselors. And like I say all the time, if you don't have counselors in your church, Royal House Chapel, our doors are always open. Come, let's find out what the issues are and the best help we can give to you. If you are also enjoying your marriage and everything is okay with your marriage, and yet you are having these dreams, it's possible it is spiritual. Sometimes people are married spiritually and they do not know. Maybe there's somebody you are tied to spiritually. I mean, some people in the realms of the spirit are wearing rings of certain spiritual beings and they do not know. Maybe when you were born, your mom took you somewhere and there was something done, and your spirit or your soul has been connected to that person, and their wish was that you should never get married, and now you are married. Or you might have gone through certain rites, traditional rites, like depot and all that. What people do not know is that when these things are done, you are spiritually and soulishly connected to a being. Or sometimes maybe every year your parents are supposed to go and offer a sacrifice, and they haven't offered that sacrifice. So that being comes back to tell you that this is not your husband. This is not the man you are supposed to be married to. I am actually your husband. So if you are properly married and you have a child with a man, it means that what you are going through might be spiritual. If your church, you belong to a Pentecostal or a charismatic church, seek help with your pastor. If you don't belong to a church like that where they understand these things and they do deliverance, and you live in Accra, make your way to Royal House Chapel. We will take you through counseling and deliverance. If you are outside Accra or you are outside Ghana, please connect with us through the same means. Send your message, your address or telephone number through Powerline TV, and we will connect you to any pastor wherever you are, so that they can take you through deliverance or counseling. This is a message from Rosalind Sowa. Rosalind Sowa, thank you so much for your partnership with us. Every week you listen to Family Life. And she says, good evening. Good evening, Mama Rita. Please, you look cute and smart. Oh my God. This is my official attire and my former wear to General Assembly. General Assembly is a gathering of all our pastors and all our leaders across UK and Europe. And she says, I'm really enjoying this episode. It's very educative and interesting. So, Reverend Alex, people are really, really enjoying you. And then, from Gifty Takradi, she says, good evening, Mommy. I'm really getting blessed by tonight's session. Please, can the sound or volume be increased? Oh, okay. It's very low. It's very low for those watching online. So, my technical team, my media team, somebody is saying the sound is very low. I don't know which of the microphones. Let us know which of them, but I think it's been sorted out. Somebody is watching all the way from Maryland, US of A. And she says, hello, Mama Rita. I'm watching from Maryland, US of A. I am loving the show. Oh my God. As always, never disappointing. We are married for 12 years now, but know each other for 18 years.
Okay.
I love my husband. My question is, since I hit 40, my sex drive has gone high. Ooh.
Wow.
Some husband is in trouble.
Somebody is in trouble.
And sometimes I feel my husband can't meet me up. I feel like I am always the one asking for sex. And that thought sometimes makes me not want to ask anymore, but suffer in silence or cry myself to sleep. This is serious. How I do balance this and do not look, how do I balance this and do not look selfish?
Who?
This is a loaded question. She's 40, and ever since she turned 40, she's also turned very honey and very sexy. How that she handled this?
Thank you very much for the question. But I think whatever you have been eating, you need to feed your husband the same food. So he can also, naturally there are people who have the drive. She is saying she has transitioned. She has transitioned when she got 40. And maybe whilst the man, when she was not 40, maybe the man was performing okay. So there has to be an understanding. And then the man may have to look at ways and means that he can up his game. There's a lot of, I like help. I like asking questions. I like seeking stuff. And so what she can also do is not to dare the man or talk the man down. Because that same man has been a good performer for a long while until she now transitioned. So she now need to work with the man, because as a man, his ego and self-esteem is at stake. If she's not cautious or careful, she may destroy the man. So talk to the man. I mean, rub his egos a little bit, and praise him, and then introduce the help, so that the man can take it, and then together, I'm sure they will be able to enjoy their sex, because the man can't give up at 40. It's a marathon.
Mama Gigoria, would you want to add?
I think that the first thing that she has to do is communicate. She has to really, have the opportunity, create a good environment, and then to talk to the husband about it, that this is how I feel. I feel if I come to you, I'm bothering you, or you are not meeting me. Talk about everything, and then come to a compromise. If there is anything that, if his health, if he's not really performing due to maybe stress at work, or stress in the environment that he's in, maybe it's health issues. So she needs to talk to him, and then find out what really is bringing the man's drive down, and then find a solution to it. But if they've gone through all that and still they don't find anything, they should speak to somebody else for help.
Mommy, before you come, I don't think she's saying that the man's drive has gone down. She has rather increased. So the problem is not so much of the man not performing. It is her now who has to manage this thing, because she's gone up.
How can she manage it?
She needs to talk to the man, so that the man can. At that level, I wouldn't even advise her to come down, because there are men who also want to meet that level. So the man needs to up his game. Like Mama Greg said, it could be stress. It could be that even the man himself, he doesn't exercise, or is not on proper diet. AG told us today, you need to look after yourself. So maybe the man's one way or the other is not, and so the man has to.
We have to communicate.
Our time is almost up, but we'll take a last question after this one, and then we will call it a night. My young lady, you are not wrong. I want you to listen carefully. You are not doing anything wrong. You are not sinning. Neither are you getting worldly. Most women after age 40 become sexually very active. And why it happens that way? After 40, most women would have finished having their children. All the nitty-gritty about little babies is gone off them. So naturally, they get very active around age 40. And listen carefully, if you are listening to me, especially if you're a young woman. That is why we always say that when you are selecting a spouse, you are going for spouses, be careful what you choose. Assuming you are 20 and you are going for somebody who is 40.
Yeah.
At age 40, when you are very sexually active and the man is 60, my darling, the man is getting inactive. So the man will not be able to meet your standards. So that is one. The lady didn't tell us how old the husband is. But if there's a gap between them, there's going to be a problem. Number two, sometimes the man might be going through some stress. Or his work might be getting too stressful. And when work is becoming too stressful, or like you're saying, the man is not eating well, the man is not exercising well, his sex drive also comes down. Please, we taught this for so many weeks when we handled sex in marriage. The two of you, number one, you need to communicate. It's very, very important. The woman would have to talk to the wife. Hey, the woman will have to talk to the husband that this is what I am going through. At age 25, I never went through this. At age 30, I never went through this. 35, I never went through this. At 40, this is what I am going through. Talk about it. If you can't talk about it, send him a WhatsApp message. Send him an email. Write to him and let him know that this is what I'm going through. When you talk, the man will also say, oh, I didn't know this is what you were going through. So what can I do to help? If you don't know what to do, then meet a counselor. Like Reverend Alex is saying, Reverend David Alex is saying, there's so much help. Number 3, I want you to listen to me carefully. We discussed this at length when we spoke about sex in marriage. You always need to meet each other halfway. Sex is not only penetration. My darling, there are so many forms of sex. So if you are getting too old, too tired, too stressed, and you can't do it the way we all know, there are other forms of having sex. Go back to our episodes on sex in marriage. And when I talk about sex, I'm not talking about sex outside of marriage. Sex within marriage. Go back to it and then listen to it, and you realize that this is not a problem. I don't know, when we're talking about sex in marriage, we mentioned that we're going to handle R18. I don't know how many children are still awake and are listening to us, so I can't go deep into it. But if we want, we might have to come back to sex in marriage. And if the man is also watching, or you are a man and your wife is also going through this, this is what brings adultery in marriages. Please help your wife so she won't have to be forced to go outside of the marriage. Please, there are so many ways of having sex. It's not just through penetrations. You can use your fingers, you can use your lips. Meet her. Otherwise, like she's saying, she would always cry herself to bed. And if you are not careful, and another man, your wife is not properly born again, and another man comes tempting her, she would walk into the bed of that man. Hey, it looks like I wanted to ask to take a last question, but it looks like our time is up. Oh my God. The questions are a lot. Let's do this last one and we'll call it a night. Last one. Oh, Reverend Alex and Mama Gigoria, you have done so well.
Thank you.
Please, my question, she says, good evening all. Please, my question, and then the lady who asked the question about sex, I hope I answered you. If I didn't answer you well, send us a message through the same media, through Family Life, and then we'll see if we have to handle sex in marriage one more time. If we have to tell our audience so people can let their children go to bed early so that we'll be able to answer. But I hope I answered you well. Please, my question, and this is going to be the last one for the night. Please, my question. I am in a relationship with this gentleman, and we both love each other. He wishes to come forward and do the lay down procedure and perform the marriage rites. But he is currently not financially sound. Please, is it okay to help him since we both love each other? I hope you got the question.
Yeah. Want to go? go on.
I mean, there is nothing wrong to help the man. The marriage is not just for the man or for the woman. It's for both of you entering into an agreement, having the same mindset. We're going to go in together. It's a lifetime thing. It's not that he has to do everything. If he's not financially sound at the moment, you need to check and see what is it that he's doing at the moment, and why is he not financially sound? Is it something that can be worked on? Is it something that you can help in any situation for him to change the job or to improve himself to be financially sound? However, there is nothing wrong you meeting him halfway if you have to buy some of the stuff, if you have to also contribute to it. So I'll say that check him first. Don't just put your money into it because you are desperate for marriage. Don't be the one that is so desperate that you will just use your money because you want the marriage. Just know that what vision has he got? Is it somebody that when you help in the end, he will not just leave you, just abandon you and then move on with another woman? But let's check him out. When you speak to him, you know where this man is going. You know what he will be in future. So you ascertain it, and then if you have to do what is right, then just do it to help him, and then you have a beautiful marriage in the end. You are in it together. It's a long haul. You are in it together. So just check him first, his vision, his motive, and if something that you would be able to help, why not? Just go ahead.
Reverend Alex.
Yeah, Mommy, I think in addition to what she has said, I gather that the lady is apprehensive because of people's experiences. Many people have felt love, and then they have gone ahead to meet the man halfway through, or even met the man where he is. But when the man became financially able, the man has not reciprocated the gesture. And so the woman is concerned, and that is why she's asking the question. There is nothing wrong, but she has to be very careful. Look at the man's credibility and his character. If you prove yourself that this is somebody I can vouch for, then you can go ahead. Is he in employment, or is not in employment? Is he a wasteful person, or is not a wasteful person? All these things are, is he in church? If he goes to church, you can have a conversation with your pastor, and then they will help. And so it is 50-50. Check him out, and then seek advice, and then you can go ahead. When we met out, it wasn't all that rosy, but God has seen us through. And so it's a matter of loyalty and then standing by your word. And if the man is able to do that, then it will work.
I mean, it wasn't just on his part that he did everything. I also helped. But then I knew his motive. I knew where he was going. We have come together now. We are, whatever we were looking for, I was looking for, I found it in him. So why not help him to do what the necessary thing is? So there's nothing wrong, but just know who he is first.
Reverend Alex and Mama Greg, you have to come again. I have really enjoyed your story. But first, I want to say a very big thank you to Bishop Eduse, the Bishop of Praise Gate Temple. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for opening your doors unto us. What a brother you are. What a good uncle you have. We have in you. My husband and I miss you so much, and we want to say a very big thank you for everything you are doing for Royal House Chapel. And to all the cameramen, all the media guys, and everybody that has stayed in the office for me and for Family Life, I want to say thank you so much. And from my guys out there in Ghana, I miss you. Woo! Adam, I miss you. I miss you timing me. I miss you telling me 1 minute more, 5 minutes more. Please, when I'm coming, don't expect perfumes. Don't expect chocolate because I'm not bringing anything for you this time. But Reverend Alex and Mama Gregoria, thank you for accepting to come on Family Life.
Thank you for having us, Mommy.
Thank you
God
for
bless
having
you.
us.
Until then, take good care of yourself. On the 3rd of September, all roads leads to Royal House Chapel Ahimfie, where we are having our national men's conference. It's a one-day conference, National Men's Conference, Royal House Chapel, with Apostle General. I'll be there, and all the sons of Apostle General will be there. Please make your way. It's starting at 9 a.m. It's a whole day. We are closing at 5 p.m. Wives, encourage your husbands to come to the conference to come and learn. And women who are not yet married and you are looking for husbands, make your way. Perchance, God can shine on you like he did to Mama Greg. Until then, I say God bless you. Have a good night. Take good care of yourself and stay blessed. I will come your way same day, same time next week. I don't know if it will be in America or Hong Kong or the Philippines, but I'll see you. God bless you.
It's here again. Royal House Chapel, United Kingdom and Europe Missions present Europe Convention of Saints 2022. Theme, Still Pressing God. Philippians 3:14, featuring Apostle General Sam Karanchi Ankara, the father and founder of Royal House Chapel worldwide.
From today, I give you a real definition of purpose. You will not be struggling for blessing anymore. Blessings will come to you because you are already blessed. That's who you are.
The Premier Lady, Reverend Rita Karanchi Ankara, President General of Royal Ladies International.
My darling, our God is real. Our God speaks. You are talking too much. So when God speaks, you don't even hear.
Apostle Emmanuel Agomida, Senior Pastor of Royal House Maryland and Apostle of Royal House Chapel North American Missions.
Every star is a warrior. No wonder stars are weapons of war that God uses to fight his battle. So I prophesy into your life that may you win every single battle you fight.
And others. Dates: Thursday 25th, Friday 26th of August, Nights of Power, and on Sunday 28th, Grand Finale, featuring a special induction ceremony, communion, anointing and impartation service. Time: 6 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. Venue: Royal House, South London, Kingsdale, 23 Allian Park, Dulwich, London, SE21 8AU, London, UK, Europe. Something is about to happen. Get ready for prayer, praise, presence, power, and the prophetic. It's Europe Convention of Saints 2022. Don't miss this.
It is